Hello, friends. This is Parag here, your host on StayStrong podcast. It's my promise to bring you best of the best information in the world of kettlebells, kettlebell sport, and strength and conditioning. Today, we have an extremely special guest who is 69 years of age, based in Scotland. She started lifting kettlebells at the age of 59, and in 10 years, with lots of ups and downs, she has a world record on her name. She has best European records, lifting 8 kgs and 12 kgs on her name, consistently lifting kettlebells even in pandemic, doing online training, consistently training her, doing 4 sessions a week, maintaining her health. This is going to be a very inspirational for the women who are getting started kettlebells at the age of 40 or 45 to understand what kind of span they have to train. Please help me welcome to understand her mindset, her training and her training regime, nutrition and programs. Welcome Lynn on this podcast. Hello guys, welcome back to Stay Strong podcast. We have a very important guest today. She's Lynn and she's 69. We are going to have a interaction with her on her kettlebell sport journey. Over to you, Lynn. Please give me your fitness journey. How do you started? And most important also is your professional background.
Oh, well, my professional background, mostly I spent as a midwife. And then in my mid-50s, I changed stream altogether and trained as a sports therapist. So spent quite a lot of time treating sports injuries, doing massages, that kind of thing. And then did that until I was 62 when I retired. So I'm now a retired person.
Okay.
Sport-wise, didn't do much at all for a long time. I was probably in my late 20s before I did very much. I tried squash, I tried badminton, did some running, and I enjoyed them well enough, but they were just okay. And then one of my sons wanted to do martial arts of some description. So we took him to a kung fu class. And we thought it sounded great. So my husband and I and both of our sons signed up, and we spent the next 20 years doing kung fu, teaching kung fu. And then round about 10 years ago, someone that I used to work beside, Vadim, a Russian osteopath, he had practiced kettlebells himself for a long time, decided to start teaching, and said that he thought it would be good for me, good for my back, good for me physically, so I should come and give it a try, and I did. And again, just found something that I loved doing.
Great.
That's me.
Okay, so before getting into kettlebell sport, did you had any kind of a strengthening exposure? You have done martial arts, but did you lift the weights, like doing strengthening in the gym or maybe something else?
A bit. Once I started training in kung fu, I realized I needed to be stronger for what I wanted to do as part of kung fu. So I started going to the gym then and lifting weights. So at the younger age, did you start lifting the weights, or it was a little later at the age? No, it was later.
Okay. And when was actually the kettlebell sport got introduced to you? Like, was it only kettlebells, or was it directly the kettlebell sport which was introduced to you 10 years back?
It was hardstyle kettlebells. So we did hardstyle for a while. And then Vadim, our instructor, he actually got kind of interested in the sport and led us in that direction. And that was what started me doing sport, kettlebells. And I came across someone called Laura White, who is a kettlebell lifter in the club that I'm part of. And she was just inspirational. She is so talented in kettlebell sport, and that was what made me want to do it more and get myself really involved.
Okay. So it was Laura White who introduced kettlebells to you, or it was your coach who introduced kettlebells to you?
It was Vadim, the coach who I used to work beside, and then he stopped teaching. So then I got the coach Scott McLaughlin, who you may have heard of. He's been the Scottish national coach. So he was then and is still my coach for kettlebells, and it was Laura. So he always taught me sport. But the person who made me want to compete was Laura.
Okay. What was your first reaction when you actually started lifting kettlebells? Oh my God, it is hurting your wrist. What was it?
I think I was just surprised how in a way how easy it was, because it's not complicated. It's hard work, but it's not complicated. If you have someone who teaches you well how to move your body in relation to the kettlebell, then it's not too difficult learning to do swings and ballistic movements. And I found that not too bad. It surprised me how light the weights were. But as opposed to just lifting weights in a gym, the weights are lighter, but then you forget or you don't realize that you're actually going to do a lot of repetitions.
Yes.
Whereas if you're in the gym, you won't do as many, so you can lift heavier.
Yes.
So I think it surprised me how different it was from being in a gym lifting weights.
Yes. When you started kettlebells, was your family supportive for it? Because you're 69 now, you started lifting kettlebells at 59, you're 60 almost. And was there any kind of a family, like your husband or maybe your kids? What do you want to do this? It's better you go for a walk, go for a run. What was their reaction?
They were very supportive. They came along. One of my sons lives in Wales now, so he didn't. But one son came along and my husband came along too. We all joined in together. And my husband and I both still train with kettlebells. My husband doesn't compete. He's got flexibility difficulty, so he doesn't compete, but he does train with kettlebells as well as doing other weights. So we're both, and he's 71. So
you both are very young.
Yeah, we're both young. Yeah, we support each other.
That's really nice. Wow, that's really great. That's the most important part of having that equation between husband and wife, that they support each other in any activity, what they do. I mean, at times you see wife is a lifter, husband is not, or maybe husband is a lifter, wife is not, and then at times there might be some clashes. But this time, I mean, in your case, it is really great that you guys support each other, because that's how you both grow together as an athlete, and of course as you both as husband and wife. That's really nice. That's really nice. What challenge do you find in lifting kettlebells? Is it a recovery or something else? Because now at this age, because as you know, there are not many lifters post 65 who are lifting kettlebells consistently like you are doing. What is your main challenge when you actually do competitive style of lifting?
I think you're right. Actually, what you said about recovery, that's the biggest challenge. Going back to when I trained in martial arts, I could train 5 or 6 days a week, and then gradually I've had to cut it down. Now I train 3 days a week because I need the time to recover. I might do 3 kettlebell training days, and perhaps I'll go for a run one day. I don't always run one day because I can't always manage it. I might be too tired. So I think that's probably the challenge. But it possibly is much a challenge for my coach as for me, because he needs to tailor my my programs to make sure that I'm tired but not exhausted.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's pretty good at that.
How do you manage running? I mean, do you run or do you walk, or do you really go for like a brisk walk? How is that? I mean, Just if you can, like, do you have like a 20-minute running window, 30 minutes, or maybe you run for like 45 minutes, or maybe you walk for an hour? How it is?
Sometimes I walk for an hour, sometimes longer. I walk most days. Most days.
Okay.
Running, perhaps 20 minutes. I don't do a lot of runs. I used to run a bit more, but now I maybe run a couple of miles. That's about all.
Okay.
I'm not a natural runner.
Okay. Does your knee hurt?
No, my knees are fine. No, I have no problems with my knees.
That's great. Yeah, because any extreme activity, even lifting extreme activity, maybe your shoulders, maybe if they're tight, maybe they might start hurting. Similarly, when you're running, maybe if your knees, if they're not very friendly, since many times at the old age, the knees are not so friendly. But in your case, it's really nice that you are having a very healthy knees, and I wish you really good luck that you run for next maybe 50 years.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Great. With this, with your training regime, do you also kind of follow some kind of a nutrition plan? Like, do you have any kind of supplements for your age, or you're pretty okay with what nutrition you're taking? Like, especially vitamin C, vitamin E. What is the typical nutrition of the diet what you follow? Are you vegetarian or non-vegetarian? How it is?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian actually. I don't have a specific plan for general nutrition. I try to eat healthily. I try to focus a bit on protein because I'm aware, obviously, I'm lifting. So I focus a bit on protein in my diet, in my general nutrition. On the days that I train, I take a protein supplement after I train. But
that's a protein shake?
I take a protein shake, after a training session. But that's all. And I've taken vitamin C time release. I've taken that for 30-40 years now. I take a gram a day of vitamin C. But that was nothing to do with training. That was I've just done that for a long time because I think it's good for me.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And what about your stretching routine? Do you also do some yoga classes, or do you just do the stretching post-exercise?
Mostly just post-exercise. Mostly, yeah.
Okay.
This week, Scott, my coach, has said to have a kind of down week, so I don't have any training lifting this week. So I'm doing some stretching and mobility work in between. Again, that's the beauty of having a coach, someone who sees that you're needing a wee bit of a rest.
Yes.
So this week is a rest week, just stretching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really good to know that, because of the stiffness, because at times at this age you develop a stiffness, and it becomes very difficult for you to lift kettlebells, to do the correct lockouts. And what is prerequisite for the kettlebells is the lockout and the stability, which is very important. So I'm really great that your coach is really guiding you correctly, and he's really helping you to prosper. That's really great.
Yeah.
Do you have any do you have any kind of not on the kind of a negative experience, but any setbacks lifting kettlebells from past 10 years? Any kind of injuries or maybe something like that?
Yeah, well, probably two things actually. One was nothing to do with kettlebells. I fell downstairs and had a serious concussion. So I wasn't able to lift at all for a while because I took quite a long time to recover from the concussion. And when I started going back to the gym, I was very, very limited in what I could do. So Scott and I had to work together quite closely in terms of what he would ask me to do, and then I had to tell him if my brain would cope with doing it. So we worked together as a team, really. We kind of consider ourselves to be a team to help me to recover. And I was seeing an osteopath who's dealt with quite a lot of brain injuries, that kind of thing before.
Okay.
So she was also very helpful, and it probably was about a year. It happened to me the week before the World Championships, so I couldn't go to the World Championships. So the following year when we went, and I got a medal, and I was just so emotional because it had taken me so long to get better, that when that happened, when I got the medal, it was just amazing. I think that was when I realised how pleased I was to be well again.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been the main thing. I had a frozen shoulder recently, which I've just recovered from, and again, Scott and I just worked together, just to see what I can tolerate. But I'm pretty much back to normal now.
Okay, that's good to hear. Great.
I think it takes you longer to recover when you're older.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that is the biggest challenge, because when it comes to training, we really take care of our training very well. But what happens to us is in the sleep. I mean, sleep is important for recovery, but what happens to us is post-training is how you recover. That is very important, because if you want to really get ready for the next workout in, say, 48 hours, then your body has to be really ready. Otherwise, we really do not want to lift weights, right? I mean, you must have experienced that.
Yes, occasionally. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes go to the gym and Scott will say, right, you're going to do whatever it happens to be today. Yes. And I go to pick up the bell and I'm thinking, this is just not going to happen today. Yes. I can't do this today. And he'll say, okay, well, we'll change it and we'll do something different. So he can adapt, which again is the benefit of having a good coach.
Yes.
But usually he finds it well, he knows what I can cope with, so it's good.
Yes. The COVID happened to all of us, right, Lynn? And you see 2020, 2021 also, it was very tough time for a lot of people. How did you deal with this particular period of COVID? Were you training during that time, because most of the gyms were closed? And what was your biggest learning in the terms of training as well?
In terms of training, our coach Scott was very well organised, and we went almost immediately onto Zoom. Okay. So we trained at home with Zoom, and he gave us his equipment. He gave all of his members pieces of equipment to use at home, and we trained that way at the time, the same time that we trained previously. So it worked out very well. It was good. The rest of it was difficult. It was difficult for everyone. You can't see your family, you can't go and visit people, you can't socialise. Yes. Everyone had the same difficulties with that. So no worse for me than anyone else. Yes. Okay. Did you participate in any kind of an online competition during the part of 2020, 2021? No, I didn't. Okay. It's something that just didn't motivate me. Okay. I'm normally very motivated, but competing online just didn't. And then by the end of COVID, I had a frozen shoulder, so I couldn't anyway. Okay. So the frozen shoulder happened because of some reason, like immobility, or? Yeah, I hurt my shoulder. Okay. And then as it was recovering, it became a frozen shoulder instead. Okay. And then I've just frozen shoulder, you just have to wait till it gets better. Yes. There's no treatment. You just have to try and move as much as you can. Yes. So I did all of the exercises I needed to do to recover. More or less back to normal now. Which is a relief. So any offline competition did you participate in post-COVID? Not yet. not
Okay,
yet.
okay.
I was supposed to be going to the World Championships next week.
Okay.
But we have moved house, so I've got a lot of things happening at home just now. So it wasn't going to work to go to Portugal, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, the European Championships are in Greece in October, so I hope to be there.
Okay. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That's kind of my target, but there will be other competitions before then, which I will go to.
Yes. And yeah, you should get going because procrastination is not good.
You're right. You're very right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go to that competition. Okay, I'll pick up that one. No, I'm ready for the competition. Let's see what the results is.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. So during the COVID times also you trained with the coach, but did you have any experience training without coach? Did you have any kind of programs done by yourself? Because you have 10 years of experience.
Yeah.
What is your like a view on that?
I think you can program for yourself. I think that's okay. I think having a coach gives you an outside view. Someone who watches what you're doing can perhaps see things that you don't see.
Yes.
I think there's a huge benefit to having a coach.
Yes.
If you're able to have one.
Yes.
Even because we were on Zoom during the COVID time, he could watch what I was doing and comment if I wasn't doing something correct. So it was good. But I think it would always benefit someone to have a coach.
Yes.
You need the outside view of what you're doing, not just what you're feeling.
Okay. You've been lifting for 10 years now. Which is your best numbers in 10-minute classic, or if you're in marathon? Maybe if you can just share that with us.
Yeah, I've not done marathon at all, actually.
Okay.
I mostly do the 10 minutes.
Okay.
My best numbers, 10-minute snatch is 233 with an 8 kilogram. That's a UK record.
Okay.
Long cycle 145, which is a UK record.
Okay.
And double long cycle with 2/8. I've got 108, which is the world record, and the UK record as well, which I'm really.
So what was that number?
It was 108.
Okay, in 10 minutes. Double it. Okay. When did you do that?
That was in Ireland.
2019.
2019. Yes.
Okay.
With 12s, my best number for 1 hour long cycle is 120, and my best number for snatch is 204.
Okay.
With 12 kilograms. And with 16s, I've never got 10 minutes yet.
You will get one day.
One day I will. Snatch, my best was 7 minutes and I had 89 reps.
That is snatch.
Yeah, it was snatch for a 16.
16 kilos. Okay.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
2020.
Okay. Okay.
So that's my numbers.
That's really great to know, actually, because very few athletes of your age would have that kind of number. But it's a very big message to the athletes who are into 40s, who are into 50s, and even who are into the 60s, that you still have more room to do.
Yes.
You just follow Lynn.
I believe if you take it gradually,
yes,
and there's no limit.
Yes.
You know, a lot of the limit is up here.
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Yeah.
We are gonna do one more podcast when you're 79.
Well, I hope I'll still be doing something when I'm 79.
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Fingers crossed.
Interesting. Yes. You have your family members lifting kettlebells? Anyone like your?
Not not competitively,
Okay.
but yeah, my husband still lifts kettlebells.
Okay.
He's not able to compete because he can't achieve a lockout. His
Okay.
shoulders are
Okay.
stiff. He
And your
doesn't have-
children? Do you have children?
I've got 2 children and 2 grandchildren. So,
Wow.
one of my sons did, but work has been a big issue for him, so he's really busy, doesn't have time to train,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
And the other one does other things. He does
Okay.
other.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
hoping to get one of my granddaughters to lift.
Yes. You will be inspiration for her.
I hope so. I hope
Yes.
so. It's part of what keeps me going.
You got to share this podcast with them. Look what I am.
Yeah, I think, well, I do it because I enjoy it. I wouldn't
Okay.
do it if I didn't enjoy it.
Yes,
but
that's the key part actually. You need to enjoy, because we can't force anyone to do or to lift or do any kind of activity which basically involves a lot of rigorous stress. This is stress. Exercise is stress. If you enjoy, then it is no more stress.
It's not stress. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope, one of the reasons I keep going is I hope other people, younger women, will see that they can do this. They don't need to be stopping, because there's
Yes.
not an awful lot of women in my age group.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Maxine Morris, I think one more lifter from Australia who is 68, to whom I interviewed. So you both are pretty same age. I think you are older than her. So yeah, I've got the oldest one.
I'll tell you someone who's even older.
Do you know?
Yes, I trained beside her. She's even older than me.
Oh,
Kathleen Oswald.
so she's from Scotland.
Yes, we train together. We have the same coach.
How old is she?
She is 72.
Okay.
I think she's 72 next month.
Okay, but she's doing competitive lifting.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
You
Scots
have a
women
partner, huh?
Scots women are tough.
Yes.
Kathleen and I call each other the Golden Bells.
Okay. Great. I wish you, both of you, good luck for the upcoming competitions. Is she coming to Portugal?
No, she isn't. No.
Okay.
I'm hoping I might persuade her to come to Greece for the Europeans. I hope.
Yes. Great, Lynn. And a strong message to the Indian lifters in India, especially the women lifters post 40 who are struggling to get into kettlebells.
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. I think it's really important, I think, because exercise when you're older, it's good for your mental condition, it's good for your physical condition, it's good for osteoporosis, to prevent osteoporosis, because you're lifting weights. There's no impact, so it's not got the impact of running or these kind of things that might put you off. It's got everything in its favor, you know.
Yes.
There is no negatives.
Yes.
And you don't have to compete. You might compete and enjoy it, but you don't have to.
Yes. Not necessary to compete. Yeah, that's absolutely
No,
true.
not at all. I'm a competitive person, so yeah, I want to compete, but there's nothing wrong with not competing.
Yes. You can have your own best.
Yes, absolutely.
Every passing year, you are your best.
That's
You are
right.
just beating the guy who's in the mirror. That's it.
That's right. That's the person you look in the eye in the morning, isn't it? Yeah,
That's how you grow, actually.
I think so. Yeah,
Yes.
I think you want, it's a very commonly used phrase, but being the best you can be, and it actually is. It's true. It's you do your best and you continue to improve.
Yes.
Some days it doesn't go so well, but on those days, if you did your best, even though it doesn't go so well, you've done your best.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it will go well another time.
Yes. Yes. Great. It is a great interaction, Lynn, and I really value your time, and thank you very much for trying to be on this podcast, because it means the world to me, because this kind of information is very valuable for even the athletes like us who want to prosper in kettlebell sport, and this indicates that the sport can be done by anyone.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
that's the key takeaway of this podcast is you're 69 and you're aspiring to lift kettlebells for another 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you can see the sky is the limit, and that's the potential of the human body, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
and we need to explore, and as a person we do not explore the potential of the human body. We need to see that we can put the extreme limit step by step and grow, and you can succeed, because this sport, personally I feel, has to be taken as a very good training your mind, training your body, so that you can perform very well in academics, especially
Yes.
with the children, especially with the teens who are now getting into the college. If the men who are into corporate lifestyle, who want to spend more time with their family and not get more very tired, and who want to socialize like people like you, want to be physically fit, move around without any aches and pains, that's
Yes.
where the key is, where the kettlebells is helping, and the kettlebell sport is helping a lot of people. Thank you very much, Lynn. I wish you good luck, and I would want to meet you very soon in one of the competitions.
I hope we will. Yes, I hope so.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
thanks very much for asking me to
Thank
be
you.
on. I really
Thank you.
enjoyed being with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.